One of the facets behind a carry is that they scale really well from economy. So if you can increase that economy, you not only, well, become a better carry, you also become a better carry faster. Now, there are some things in Paragon that can increase that. One of those is improved killing blows. Well, is it worth it? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a Paragon guide. I am Sylphin, where we're looking at the math behind improved killing blows. So, guys, it's a tier 1 agility gem, and it's quite simple. Gives 5 bonus gold per enemy minion kill. The more creep you can farm, the more bonus gold you'll get. 5 bonus gold per enemy minion. Doesn't matter what kind of minion, it's just 5 bonus gold. That is it. So what I have done here is I went and looked at master level players, and I looked at their carries and kind of averaged out their creep farm at certain times in the game. 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, etc. As you can see here, all the way down to 40 minutes, as it'd be very rare for your games here to go that far. As honestly, I couldn't find anything above 32, 34 minutes, and I just had to extrapolate from there. So as you can see, their creep score, again, averaged out. Sometimes it was a little bit higher, sometimes a little bit lower, is right here. And the bonus gold, basically 5 bonus gold times their creep score, and that's what the bonus would be if you went for this agility gem. Well, it's not much. 45 bonus gold at the 2-minute mark. 300 bonus gold at the 10-minute mark on average. That is barely, that is barely some wards. If we keep going from there, it really doesn't improve very much. The average match here of these players, anyways, was ending at 24-26 minute mark. For me, that's about the same, 28, 20, 30 mark. It's when they're kind of finishing, and it's barely an attribute point. It is barely an attribute point. Finally, we get an attribute point way up here, as it's 200 creep score in order for that 5 to turn into 1,000. At the 30-minute mark, there is your 1 attribute point. So at that point, 1 attribute point, well, that would be fairly, make a pretty big difference in the early game. Well, at the 30-minute mark, 1 attribute point, arguably not going to do very much, even on a carry, to be honest with you. So, and then at the 40-minute mark, even with an extrapolated, big minion waves and lots of damage, lots of farm, it's still 1,600 gold, and that's very rare for it to get that point anyways. So, as you guys can see, it's not very much. And I know some of you are going to be like, well, what about that wealthy gem that increases everything by 5%? Well, it's only 5%. So guys, even if we're at the 30-minute mark here and we got 10,040, an extra 5% is only 50 gold. 50 gold, and only 50 gold from this bonus, and from the overall bonus gold, it's only 5%. So I mean, it's not going to be very much. So if we're just talking about this, if we're just talking about improved killing blows and the wealthy, that's only 50 extra gold. Again, so it really doesn't make this any more viable than it is. So what can we say? What are some factual statements that we can make, some conclusions about improved killing blows? So the average game ends about 24 to 26 minutes, 165 to 178 creep score, and 890 to 960 bonus gold. A long game, okay, a long game of 36 minutes, if you ever get there, or it just happens to be a long game, would have about, again, average from these players. So likely, let's face it, we, including myself, especially, going to have much less creep score. It's going to have a 276 creep score and 1,335 bonus gold. An attribute and a third. Now, what are some statements I will personally make about it, guys? Personally, me, this is my statements drawn from here. 1 attribute point or 1,000 gold. Okay, 1,000 gold requires 200 creep score, which is too high / barely enough for your average match. Let's face it. I don't, you know, a Wukong will get 200 creep score in your average match. I don't think I've reached 200 creep score, to be honest. So it's too high, barely enough for your average match to get 1 attribute point from improved killing blows. Now, given that one can get even something like quick exit, which is much more powerful than you think, don't underestimate it, and auto shield, which is really powerful. 100 shield, especially in the early game, it's actually I almost have it on every one of my decks, or any other gem. Like, really, you can just get any other gem you want, really. I cannot recommend improved killing blows. If it's barely going to give you 1 attribute point, even if you amplify it with wealthy, again guys, it's only, even if you do get an attribute point, that's only 50 bonus gold. Even if you amplify it with wealthy, it's not going to make a good difference. Even if it was tripled, if you triple the effect, if it gave 15 bonus gold, then it starts to be something. Oh no, that was wealthy, my bad. So even if you triple it, then actually that would start to be that would start to be good. I cannot recommend it. I cannot. It just doesn't do anything. It literally doesn't do anything. Please like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, share it with the community, and of course guys, subscribe. You guys like this content, especially if you found it useful. Please subscribe so I can do it for you in the future. If you would like to support me on a regular basis, please head on over to my Patreon account where you can make a pledge to help me do what I love. Till next time, like always guys, stay optimistic and positive.